Specifically today, we'll be discussing, talking, gisting about the struggles that's new moms, and mom, or you're a new mom. New mom, you literally will struggle with so many things, depression and so many things. I've decided to put together on mom. These things are actually just very new to you, and you're going to struggle with, carrying your baby properly to breastfeed. What I'm just trying to tell you now is that feeding consigns, formula baby, breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding babies, you're going to find it difficult. It's going to be depressing. Sometimes you don't even know how to put your baby to breast. Your baby is going to cry a whole lot of time, and then you're going to feel bad because you don't even know how to put the baby to breast. And sometimes you have injuries on your nipple, and then you're unable to feed your baby properly, so you're going to feel depressed. So I am just telling you what this is, so you just get ready, and then you don't allow it to weigh you down. So your motherhood journey is going to be stressless and smooth. Come back to my channel, or come back to my page. It's a favorite girl. The thing I have on my list is relationship change, navigating changes in your relationship with your spouse. It's going to affect your relationship. Yes. If you do not do anything about it, it's actually going to affect your relationship with your spouse, because so after delivery, your spouse is actually going to give you a little space, a little time, and for you to heal, for you to get back yourself, and then for you to, just move on with the baby. So you are going to be carried away with taking care of your newborn, and then you're going to forget your spouse. You're going to leave your spouse behind and make him be a little bit, or it's going to keep him away from you, and that is really not good. So at a certain time, when you find out that things like this has happened, because before you could realize yourself, before you could be done picking up your pieces, by then sometimes for some people it's usually very late, some people it's usually very fair, and then before you could understand this, since your spouse, they are already out of your life. They, like, the bonds that you people create, it's no longer there, and you're going to struggle with either creating it back, or you're going to struggle with your emotions, because you feel probably it's your fault, or maybe sometimes it can result to you blaming your spouse for not caring for you or for not loving you, and then these things are going to actually be the problem in your relationship, just because you had enough of your sleeping time, your routines, and your resting time, and all that. I actually do, sometimes I hear people talk about when you give birth, then you're going to actually, you know, you're going to actually rest, but good. But the thing is, that's the beginning of your struggle. So I don't know why they keep on lying to us, like parents. They lie to us a whole lot. Like, once you give birth, you're going to rest. The stress will come. Man, that's when you signed up for a bigger stress. So really experience in your first, let me say, first 2 to 1 month after delivery. My list is actually, you're going to struggle with sleep, deprived of sleeping. That's the number one thing. Like, immediately you give night is going to increase, because you're going to try to adjust to the baby's sleeping time. So the baby sleeping in the afternoon and being awake in the night, it's a normal thing for a newborn. So you don't try to get depressed, you don't try to, complain or feel bad, because immediately you give birth, sometimes the baby tends to sleep in the daytime and then be awake in the night. And then that night you're going to be busy breastfeeding the baby. If you're doing formula, you're going to be ready, you're going to be busy that night preparing formula. So you're going to just try to adjust your sleeping time, and then let it suit them. It's very depressing, I must tell you. On my list is postpartum recovery. You're actually going to be recovering from your postpartum, after childbirth. You're going to recover both physically, spiritually. You're going to be managing pains and adjusting to hormonal, recovering with your physical body, your changes, your protruded belly, your big breast, and so many things are actually going to be going on inside your body and outside your body. So sometimes it's actually better, like, you're going to have a lot of mood swing, because you can imagine a mom that didn't sleep in the night. You walk throughout the whole day trying to care for the baby, care for your visitors that came to check after you because you gave birth, looking after your husband and doing so many things during the daytime. And then the next thing, you want to sleep in the night, and the baby wakes up and said, "No, mom, you and I tonight." Good. The way it feels like, it's very depressing. Like, it's depressing. It have a lot of mood swing. For some people that do not understand, which can in turn affect your emotional well-being. So these are the things that you're going to look out for. You're going to, try to avoid them. Prepare yourself so you don't even fall into having postpartum depression, having this emotional unwell-being and all that. So you just have to, get ready. And then the next thing I have on my list is time management. What? It's a time management. Manage time, possibly taking care of your baby, managing the home, managing your chores at home, work responsibility, because sometimes in our digital world today, some of us, like, you're going to try to balance these tasks by taking care of your child, working from home, looking after your husband. Because what I usually tell my first time mom is, once you give birth, do not take away the bonding that you have with your husband. So it doesn't feel like it's far away from you, maybe because you give birth and then you're actually very busy, that you don't even try to, reconnect with your spouse. It's very, very wrong. So at this point, so time management, it's something that's going to continuously break you down, because when you look at your list of things that you want to accomplish during the day or during the week, and then you're not meeting up because you're actually looking or taking care of your newborn, it might depress you, it might, weigh you down, it might cause your emotion to chatter. Oh God. So what am I trying to say? Time management, it's actually going to, make you feel bad if you don't meet up time. So, but it's just normal. I will just let you understand the fact that it's very, very normal that you are never going to meet up with most things. If out of 100% of everything you want to meet up with, and you're just able to make 40 or 50 out of it, I think you should just feel relaxed, because these are the things that is going to make you abstain from being depressed. Because if you want to meet up with everything you usually do, even before you give birth, it's going to actually cause you a lot of emotional. And that's how on my list is self-identity. That is a big truth, because you're going to you might likely not have time to take care of yourself, look after yourself, and do so many other things that you used to do. Just it's possible that you lost yourself in the middle of all those things. So it's going to give you a hard time. You're going to struggle with finding yourself again. You're going to struggle with it. It's so hard, because your personal care, you're going to struggle with it. Sometimes, usually before you got married or after you got married or during pregnancy, you wake up every morning and do your morning routine, your skincare routine. Sometimes you want to sleep in the night and do your normal skincare routine. I must tell you, you're going to struggle with all those things, because there is every tendency that you might not do them again, or you probably will skip the times that you do them, like you might do today, and then you're going to do the next one in the next 1 week or few days in time, because you do not have time. So you're going to struggle with it. Because when I talk about parenting double feeling, is you're not sure about anything you're doing. Because let me say, for example, you give birth in the hospital, and then at the end, let me say, after you got discharged, and your daughter or your midwife came along with some, routine drugs, and maybe let me say multivitamin syrups, and say, this is for your baby. This one is going to help heal colic. This one is going to help with the baby's um, nutrients, vitamins, and all that. You're not even sure that those drugs are very good for your baby, and you're going to take them home. You're going to be very much uncertain about so many things, because you're not even sure of what you're doing. And these things probably might get you depressed, might get you chattered, because sometimes you administer the wrong things to your child, because you're very not much certain about how things are being done around here. It might keep you broken, your child, because you don't even know what you're doing right, you don't even know what you're doing wrong. So I advise you actually do a lot of research period to delivery, so you have at least a little knowledge about how things are being done over here. Because I must tell you the truth, everything that is done here is actually different from where we are. Last thing we're going to talk about, financial pressure is the most important challenges that we have during motherhood. Actually, I cannot deny the fact that many people actually have everything what it takes to actually give birth, and then they don't bother about finances and all that. But the way you might experience some challenges, some struggles during this period, this first week after delivery, because you're going to actually experience some kind of a lot of spending, debit a lot. Like, you're going to be debited every now and then. So sometimes it's usually challenging, and some people struggle with this part to you about those things, until when you get to easy most, you know, difficult or struggling aspect of this motherhood, because you're going to buy formula, you're going to buy a lot of toiletries, you're going to, pay up a lot of hospital bills, you're going to do a whole lot. So anytime someone wants to give birth, the things that people are going to start considering is money. You have gotten a clue about what it takes to be a first time mom, all the struggles. Okay. So we don't get the video too long. So I'll meet you in my next video. Bye.